Former KwaZulu-Natal Hawks head Johan Booysen has told the Commission of Inquiry into state capture that Duduzane Zuma introduced him to one of the Gupta brothers. This is not the first time that former President Jacob Zuma's son has come up, or his name at least has come up, at the state capture inquiry.
The next moment I saw a black lady coming from the opposite direction with a child, and I saw this
a black
lady coming from this side with a small child.
Yeah.
And then the next moment from this side I saw a Rolls Royce, a black Rolls Royce, pulling up behind Eben's car, my son's car. I thought this car was stopping to pick up this lady, but this lady kept on walking. So I thought, okay. And I bent inside the car and I said to my son, look at this car behind us, because not every day that you see a Rolls Royce. And then when I looked, I saw, no, there's Duduzane sitting in the car. And what I forgot to say, when we were still in the car finding each other, he said to me, are you going to jump in the car with me? I said, no, I'll follow you. And then when I saw it was him, I went to him and I greeted him. Then I decided, no, it's better to drive in the Rolls Royce than my son's Corolla. So I went to my son, I said, no, I'm gonna drive with him. So I jumped in the Rolls Royce, and Eben, my son, followed us in the Toyota. And we went in the direction where the officers were, but then we went past. And I recall during that week there was some comments in the media about the then president again, and I said to him, hey, old man is having a hard time, and he said yes, and we spoke about the hard time the old man's having, and we carried on driving, and the next moment I saw we were close to the zoo, and then right next to the zoo we pulled up to the gates, and I saw these huge gates which I'd seen before in the media, and the gates opened, there was a lot of activity of security detail. We drove in, my son drove in with us. I alighted from the vehicle, so did Duduzane, and my son came up to me and he said to me in Afrikaans, Dada, is ek waar ons dink ek is? Dad, are we where I think we are? And I said to him, I think so. We then went to the staircase, Eben was with us. The door was opened. There's a foyer as you enter the door, and we were asked for our phones. We handed our phones over, and we went into a lounge area where I was introduced to Tony Gupta.
Booysen also says that former Hawks head Bernie Nglemeza was incompetent and was hired for only one reason.
In the period that I worked with Johan Nglemeza, he did not demonstrate to me that he had remotely the ability to lead an important institution like the Hawks. Secondly, the mere fact that a judge in the High Court had found him to be dishonest, lacking integrity, and in spite of that, Minister Nhleko still appoints him. I think the rest of what emerged after his appointment, his interference in a number of investigations, clearly indicates to me he was appointed for a specific reason. That's the only unescapable conclusion that I can come to.
And what reason was that? You say that he was appointed to that position for a very, very particular reason. What reason are you alluding to?
To interfere with investigations, such as the meeting with General Nkubeni, such as interfering with Colonel Roelofse in that investigation. The fact that I personally reported corruption to him, and he did absolutely nothing about it. To me, it's abundantly clear that there were certain matters that he had to deal with.